Agenda item 1 is appointment of chairperson. I'll be chairing today's meeting. Could I just go through a couple of housekeeping rules, which, as I've said before, we're all aware of and I'm probably all fed up of by now. But today's meeting will be recorded. Could I also welcome members, fellow council members and members of the public and press to today's meeting? Can I kindly ask you to observe the meeting only, as you are not allowed to speak or participate in the meeting? Could you please ensure that your phones are switched to silent for the duration of the meeting? In addition, can I refer you to the protocols for remote meetings, which have been previously highlighted in the scrutiny committee? I'll call on Jane now to go through a roll call, and at the same time we'll go in to agenda item 4, which is declarations of interest. Jane?
Thank you, Chair. I'll mark you as present. Have you got any declarations of interest?
No interest, Jane, thank you.
Councillor Carl Clement Williams.
I'm here, Jane, and I have no declarations of interest.
Councillor Mike Harvey.
Yeah, present, Jane, no declarations of interest.
Councillor Doreen Jones. Councillor Jones, Doreen Jones.
Yeah, we're back on again. Present and no interest.
Councillor Leanne Jones.
Present, Jane, and no declarations of interest.
Councillor Lockyer. I know he's got declarations, so he hasn't attended the meeting. Councillor Rees, Peter Rees.
Yes, I'm here, Jane. No declaration of interest.
Councillor Richards.
Present, Jane. No declarations of interest.
Councillor Wingrave.
Present, Jane, no declarations of interest.
If I go on now to the scrutiny chair and vice chair, Councillor Sonia Reynolds.
Present and no declaration of interest.
Councillor Saifra Harman.
Present, Jane, and no declaration of interest.
If I go on to the members now that have asked to attend the meeting, Wyndham Griffiths. Councillor
Present, Jane. A declaration of interest is that I am a member of Celtic Leisure.
Thank you. Councillor Joe Hale.
No declarations of interest. Thank you, Jane.
Councillor Steve Hunt.
I'm here, Jane, and I have no declarations of interest, please.
Councillor Scott Jones. Councillor Noyle.
Thanks, Jane. Yes, I'm here and I'm a member of Celtic Leisure. Thank you.
Thank you. Councillor Llewellyn.
Present, Jane, and present. I have no declarations.
Councillor Sandra Miller.
Present, Jane, and no declarations.
Councillor Maisen.
Yes, present, Jane, and no declarations of interest.
Councillor Paddison.
Present and no interest to declare.
And Councillor Woolcock.
Yes, present, Jane, and similar to the scrutiny committee, I declare an interest as national chair of OPSI. Thank you.
Right, okay. Are there any other members in attendance at this meeting that I haven't called out?
Yes, Jane, me.
Who's that? Sorry.
Councillor Freegard.
Sorry, Councillor Freegard. Right, I shall mark you down as present. Have you got any declarations of interest?
No declarations of interest.
Thank you. Now I'll now go on to officers. Karen Jones.
Present, Jane.
Andrew Thomas.
Present, Jane.
Andrew Jarrett.
Present, Jane.
Hugh Jones.
Yeah, I'm present, Jane.
Nicola Pearce.
Present, Jane.
Nicola Blackmore.
Present, Jane.
Mike Shaw.
Yes, here, Jane. Thank you.
Craig Griffiths.
Present, Jane.
And Charlotte Davis.
Present.
Are there any other officers participating in the meeting who I have not called out?
Yes, me, Jane.
Paul Walker. Sorry.
Present, Jane.
There we are. Thank you. That's it, Chair. The roll call has been completed.
Okay, thank you, Jane. Agenda item 3 is Chair's announcements. I don't have any announcements for today's meeting. Agenda item 5 is the future provision of indoor leisure services. Before I ask colleagues to go into the report, can I at this point thank every member of the Joint Scrutiny Committee for their due diligence in dealing with this and for all the comments that have been made. I didn't want to come in during the scrutiny meeting, but I thought that it was very, very constructive and dealt with in a very, very non-political way, shall we say. So I'd like to thank all my colleagues for that. So the report that we are dealing with today is on pages 3 to 12 within the pack. Just to remind colleagues that any questions relating to appendices 1 to 4 are private. So we will have to go into private session for those questions. Officers, could I ask Andrew, anything to add?
Nothing from me. I'm happy to answer any questions, but I believe the Section 151 officer wants to speak again, Leader.
Okay. Hugh, thank you, Andrew. Hugh.
Thank you, Andrew. Thank you, Chair. Just to reiterate, Leader, what I said in the Scrutiny Committee, as the Council Section 151 officer, I've got a statutory responsibility to advise members in relation to the financial impacts of the various options being considered today. You heard me say in the Scrutiny Committee that options A and C cannot be delivered within the £1.5 million base budget provision currently available, and there is no identified funding strategy for any costs over and above £1.5 million. As the Section 151 officer, my advice to the Cabinet is I need to take you through the proposals in detail so you understand the financial consequences of each one. And in order to do that, we'll need to move into a private discussion. Thank you, Leader.
Thank you, Hugh. Any Cabinet colleagues with any questions? No, I don't see any indicating.
I can't see any hands raised either, Leader.
Okay, thank you, Jane. So I refer my Cabinet colleagues to the recommendations on pages 10 and 11 of the circulated report. Are members minded to go for either of recommendations 1, 2, 3 or 4? I don't see any indication otherwise. I will move that we go for recommendation number 3. Can I have a seconder, please?
I second that, Leader.
Thank you. Which will mean that we will have to resolve to go into private for further consideration.
Chair, if we could just confirm and what the recommendation is and that you vote, the committee votes on it as well, please.
Option 3 is that we consider that we have enough information to make a decision today.
And if you could ask members then to raise their hands if they are not in agreement with that.
Okay, I can't
Chair,
see any.
No, I can see no hands raised, Chair, so that's been agreed.
Okay, so we'll now have to go into private session then, Jane?
Yes, that's right, Chair.
Thank you.
If I could ask all the public now and press to leave. Yeah. If you can ask for a proposer and seconder to go into private.
Yeah, I'll move we go into private, Jane.
I second, Leader.
Okay, thank you very much. Can I have show of hands if you're against that, colleagues, please?
There we are. There's no indication, so we're now going to private session. If you could just wait until we've stopped the recording.